Dear viewers, Namaskar. Presenting you answers for project management for managers. Week 4, assignment 4. In this video, I am going to explain all these questions. If you wish to have just answers, you can go to the description of this video and click on the link for short video. You may remember this due date. This is the date by which you can submit this assignment. Here, point to note that you can submit this assignment any number of times before this due date. Question number 1. The correct answer is return for stakeholders or shareholders. I am going to explain all these terms one by one. I have taken the screenshot of one of the videos of NPTEL, that means project management for managers, presented by Professor M.K. Barua. Here, return on investments or ROI, or overall return on overall investment. Return on investment is equal to EBIT minus tax divided by investment, where EBIT is earning before interest and taxes. Here, investment means equity plus debt. Return on equity or return for shareholders or stakeholders. Return on equity equals earning after tax minus preferential dividend divided by equity. Here, there is no term for debt, and thus this is the return for shareholders. Operating profit margin. This measures the profitability in its gross terms. Here I am repeating the word gross terms. And operating profit margin is equal to EBIT divided by sales or revenue. EBIT stands for earning before interest and taxes. Net profit margin or NPM is equal to earning after tax divided by sales. Here, NPM measures profitability in its true terms. The difference between OPM, that means operating profit margin, and NPM is NPM is EAT, that is earning after tax, while OPM is earning before interest and taxes. Here, this term is after tax. This is after tax, but this term is before tax. So, from the previous definitions which has been defined earlier, the correct answer is return for stakeholders or shareholders. Similarly, for question number 2, the correct answer is profitability in gross terms. Question number 3. Capital budgeting is also known as investment decision making. This has been clearly mentioned in one of the slides presented by Professor M.K. Barua. If I arrange in a hierarchy, then capital budgeting, then financial decision, financial decisions, and then there will be capital expenditure. So first there should be capital budgeting, then financial decisions, and thereafter it will come planning capital expenditure, and hence the correct answer is investment decision making. Question number 4. As per Professor M.K. Barua, the correct answer is long term nature, that is capital budgeting decision is generally long term natures. Question number 5. Which of the following methods of capital budgeting is based on cash flow? Here payback period, NPA, net present value, and a profitability index, all three are based on cash flow, while this term is based on non-discounting and these two are based on discounting cash flow. Here the question asking just based on cash flow, so all of the above is correct answer. Question number 6. Which of the following is true for capital budgeting decision? Capital budgeting decision. Payback period measures true profitability. No. Net profit margin measures true profitability. Payback period is the time by which all the money invested in a project is recovered, and this is the time, and after this time the project starts giving profit, and thus this doesn't give measures for true profitability. Similar way, capital budgeting and capital rationing are not same. Capital budgeting is a decision making process, while capital rationing, this one refers to limiting resources. To project. This resource may be of money, human resources, or time, or any other things, and thus this is not the correct answer. Similarly, rate of return method takes into account time value of money. We have two types of rate of returns. One is average rate of return, that is also known as accounting rate of return, and another is internal rate of return. But here just rate of return is mentioned, so this is also not the correct answer. So only option is left is internal rate of return, is also known as time adjusted rate of return, because internal rate of return take into account discounting cash flow. Question number 7. Which of the following methods takes into account the time value of the money? It's the similar questions, and hence the correct answer is internal rate of return. These two are not based on discounting cash flow, and hence these two don't take time value of money. Question number 8. The correct answer is none of the above. Internal rate of return is not inverse of payback period, because this is the time while this is the rate of return, and also this is the time by which investment in a project is recovered fully, and this is also based on non-discounting cash flow. Similarly, average rate of return is based on non-discounting cash flow, while the IRR is based on discounting cash flow, and hence these two are not inverse. Similar way, net present value is also not inversely related to internal rate of return. By definition, when net present value becomes 0 for a particular discounting rate, this is termed as IRR, and there is no approximately inverse relation between NPV and IRR. Question number 9. This is the definition for IRR. So all of the above can be eliminated except internal rate of return, because this is the direct definition. Discounted cash flow criteria for investment appraisal do not include. This is having discounted cash flow. This is like to profitability index and have discounted cash flow, and internal rate of return by its definition have discounted cash flow, and only thing remains is accounting rate or average. This is also known as average rate of return, and hence this one is the correct answer, and this only among all the four is not based on discounted cash flow. Thanks.